Dear students, how are you? Welcome back to my second online class. Hope you are well by the grace of Almighty Allah. In my previous class, I try to differentiate, different between what is transformation of sentence and what is conversion of sentence. Conversion of sentence means the sentence where only the meaning of the sentence is only changed, but transformation of sentence is a kind of sentence where not only the meaning of the sentence is only changed, but also the formation of the sentence is also changed. So today I discuss transformation of sentence, class 9. So today I will discuss how to transform from assertive to interrogative. Before discussing how to transfer from assertive to interrogative, at first we should have to know what is assertive sentence and what is interrogative sentence. Assertive sentence is a long narrative sentence, but interrogative sentence is a kind of sentence where by which we ask some question, and at the end of that sentence we put question mark. So let's start. Here you see Runa is a good girl. Runa is a good girl. So here we see an auxiliary verb is present in this sentence. An auxiliary verb is present in this sentence, and that is in my previous class I told you what is auxiliary verb. So if any sentence has auxiliary verb and if not is not used after that auxiliary verb, if we want to transform that kind of sentence into interrogative, we should have to write that auxiliary verb before the subject of that sentence to transform it into interrogative. Here you see Runa is a good girl, and is a kind of auxiliary verb, and after is not used. So if we transform this sentence, we will write at before the subject Runa to transform this sentence into interrogative. So it will be sorry if here is a kind of auxiliary verb, and here not is not used. If not is not used after the auxiliary verb, then we will have to mentally add not and then write the short form of the auxiliary verb. Here I have written some short form of the auxiliary verb. Am not, that means aren't or ain't. Is not, that means isn't or isn't. Was not, wasn't. Were not, weren't. Shall not, shan't. Will not, won't. So if not is not used after the auxiliary verb, if not is not used after the auxiliary verb, we will add not mentally with the auxiliary verb and then write the short form of the auxiliary verb before the subject of that sentence to transform it into interrogative. So it's will be isn't Runa a good girl, and then we have to put question mark at the end of the sentence. In the same way we can transform in the right side. You see that here is also a auxiliary verb and not is used after the auxiliary verb. So here if any sentence is auxiliary verb and if not is used after the auxiliary verb, then if we want to transform that kind of sentence into interrogative, we have to write only the auxiliary verb before the subject of that sentence. Here not, will not used in this kind of sentence. So its interrogative will be, is Runa a good girl? And we have to put question mark at the end of the sentence. By the same way, we can transform this sentence. He has a pen. He has a pen. You see that has is one kind of auxiliary verb, and I told you before that if any sentence is auxiliary verb, if you want to, and not, if not is not used after that auxiliary verb, you have to write, you have to mentally add not with that auxiliary verb and then write the short form of that auxiliary verb before the subject of that sentences. So here has is one kind of auxiliary verb, and after has not is not found. So we use not with the auxiliary verb has and then write the short form of that auxiliary verb. So has not, and its short form will be hasn't. Its short form will be hasn't. So this short form has to write before subject. So its transform will be hasn't he a pen, and we have to put question mark after the sentences, at the end of the sentences. In the second sentence, you can see that they will not discuss the matter. They will not discuss the matter. In this sentence, will is one kind of auxiliary verb and not is used after will. So if not is used in any auxiliary verb, so if we want to transform this sentence into interrogative, we will have to write only the auxiliary verb before the subject of that sentence to transform it into interrogative. So it will be, will they discuss, will they discuss the matter? Will they discuss the matter? And we should have to put question mark at the end of the sentences. In the third sentence, you see that Rajiv sings a song. Rajiv sings a song. Attention please. Before I told you what to do if any sentence is auxiliary verb and what to auxiliary verb and not is used after that auxiliary verb, and what to do if any sentence is auxiliary verb and not is not used of that auxiliary verb. But here you see that there is no auxiliary verb. Here in this sentence there is no auxiliary verb is used. Rina sings a song. Here no auxiliary verb is used. Here main verb is used, sings. So if any sentence has no auxiliary verb, how we transform this kind of sentence into interrogative? Dear students, if any sentence has no auxiliary verbs, we have to make sure or we have to know the transform of that kind of sentence to transform this kind of sentence into interrogative. So here Rajiv sings a song. Here this is sings is the base form of the sentence. This is present indefinite tense or present tense. If the sentence is present tense, we will have to write don't or doesn't before the subject of that kind of sentence to transform it into interrogative. We use doesn't if the subject of that kind of sentence is third person singular, and we use don't if the subject of this kind of sentence is first person, second person and third person plural. So here Rajiv is third person singular, so we will have to write doesn't before Rajiv to transform this sentence into interrogative. So its interrogative will be doesn't Rajiv sing a song, and at the end of the sentence we will have to put question mark. So here see S is expanded from the main verb sing because we write auxiliary verb doesn't. In the fourth sentence, I play cricket. I play cricket. Here I play cricket is also a present tense, and I think you remember what I said before. If the sentence is present tense and the subject is first person, then we will have to write don't if the sentence is present tense and the subject is first person, second person and third person plural, we will have to write don't before the subject of that sentence to transform this sentence into interrogative. So I is first person and we will have to write don't before the subject I. Don't I play cricket. cricket, cricket. In the fifth sentence, you see that she liked ice cream and it is past tense. So if the sentence is past tense, we should have to write didn't before the subject of that kind of sentence to transform this sentence into interrogative. So she liked ice cream. Here liked is the first form of the main verb. So it is past tense and we should have to write didn't before the subject of the sentence to transform the sentence into interrogative. So its transform will be didn't she like ice cream? Didn't she like ice cream? If the sentence is past tense, we should have to write didn't before the subject and we should have to write the present form of the verb to transform that kind of sentence into interrogative. I hope you understand how to transform the sentence if the sentence has auxiliary verb and not is used after that auxiliary verb and not is not used after that auxiliary verb. And if any sentence has no auxiliary verb, how you transform that kind of sentence into interrogative? Please, if you have any question, please write in the comment box and I will try to answer your question in the comment box. Stay at home, try to follow the rules of hygiene. Welcome, thank you.